Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for you today. It was very interesting, so stay tuned. Take a deep breath. Okay guys, so today is June 25th, and it was very interesting because something came up across my feed today about, what's going to happen in 6 months from now, and 6 months from today is Christmas. So that was very interesting, and when I looked up at the time, it was 525. So a lot about the number 25 coming up today. So we have 21, 20, 35, okay. So we're at 35 today? That's right, yeah. So 35 is the Wounded Warrior, it's the 9 of Wands, and the 25 is the, what did I say? It's the 9 of Wands, okay. And then the 25 is the Knight of Wands. So they sound very close. The Knight of Wands and the 9 of Wands, the Wounded Warrior. So very interesting because the Knight of Wands is, very fun and active and passionate. And the Wounded Warrior is like the knight who went to war, and now he's beat down. It's like the Knight of Wands is the fresh one, and then the Wounded Warrior is what happens to them after they go to war. And they refuse to stop fighting. So I woke up at 8:41 this morning. So 41 is the Ace of Cups. And I cut the SIRIAN STARSEED deck, which is the main deck for this 7-deck read, for those of you not familiar with my read. It's the Rider-Waite Mini, the Romance Angels, the Numerology deck, the Tarot Sexual Magic, the Universal Golden Tarot, as well as the Gilded Tarot, and then, of course, the SIRIAN Starseed. So at 10:44, the main deck was cut and dealt. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, 44 is the Four of Cups, grounding and integrating and mastering of especially receiving of love. And then as I was shuffling, the Queen of Wands flipped over inside the deck, though, stayed in the deck, making their presence known. That was at 10:48, which is walking away and within. And that's also a turn for the better. And then at 11 o'clock on the dot, the Five of Swords flew out as the clarifier for the Nine of Pentacles of the Sovereign. So again, the Five of Swords is very much about that war, and I was just talking about the Wounded Warrior. We finished the read here at 11:06, which is the Justice card and the Lovers. And the Major Arcana, we had a lot today. We had the Higher Self, which is like the High Priestess, Transition, which is the Death card, Alchemy, which is the Temperance, Indigo, the Magician, and then Strength. And then before the read, because I always pull a few cards on either side of the read that I also use within the read, we have the Hanging Man and the Moon after the read. We had 1 Wand, 2 Pentacles, 1 Sword, 2 Cups. So that's 12-12. So again, the end of karma, referencing back to 2012, 12-12 and 12-21. We have a lot. That's also 2 hangmen, right? 2 people hanging out together, being very wise and seeing new perspectives. And then we had the 9 of Pentacles, the Sovereign, come up, as well as the King of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and after the read, the Knight of Pentacles. The numbers, we had 3 4s today in the read, which is very angelic realms energy. We also had the main numbers were only 3, 4, and 9. That was it. So 3 is the Empress, and then 34 is the 8 of Wands, and then 9 is the Hermit. But we also had the triple 4s, and the code line was all about patience, spiritual career, new beginnings, and compassion. And the code line added up to 7 from 4 and 3, which is also the Emperor and the Empress. So you have the Emperor, the Empress, and the Hermit, which I didn't notice until now. Right? So that's the couple, and then the Hermit as the third energy. So we have 34 and 9, but we also had 49, which is the Get Your Wish card, 9 of Cups. 45, which is the 5 of Cups, and I was starting to lose my voice with the Get Your Wish card. 79 is the Pot of Gold at the end of the rainbow, and then 9, 10, begin again, and again, and again. So that's about perseverance, never giving up. And then in a lesser sense, 5, 6, 7 came up as not something that has to come up now, but as in my union reads, I went from 3, 4, 5D union read to 4, 5, 6. So they're telling me in the near future, we're going to go up to the 5, 6, 7 realms for the twin flames. So that should be interesting. But they weren't saying now. It was just like a hint of what's to come in the future. So about patient's spiritual career, new beginnings, and compassion. The code line today was very interesting. Well, first of all, southeast and northeast came up within the code line. And the foe, or the false madman, or dangerous source, and that can reference, make sure you know where you're getting your sources from. It's referencing like a false source, and the photograph was coming up, right? The photograph isn't the real thing. It's a picture of it. But it comes up in another way as well, the photograph, as I started to read. But the dangerous source of the I am presence, especially when it's the service to self, right, energy, it's very dangerous to be in the I am presence. It's also about the seventh note. The source energy was coming up as the seventh note, which is very spiritual, the I am presence, but it has to be used in a wise way, right? So it was coming up as the masculine, as the dangerous madman, like just for an example, a man who's very much in his ego, being very prideful, and who's very intelligent, saying, yes, I am God, I am source, I'm in my I am presence, and I see all. As the fool's temperature rises, the twin flames come together to co-create with the Queen of Cups, which is coming up as the other side of the coin, the northeast. So the southeast and the northeast were referencing the masculine and the feminine energy. It was very interesting the way this came up. So it was weird because right after I wrote this line, it was 11:22, which is Justice and the Fool, the 22. My iPad, I had plugged it in, and it was on and fine when I plugged it in, but it died anyway, which has never happened to me before. I might die right when I plug it in because I'm plugging it in too late. But I plugged it in before it died, and it still died, which was so weird. So I did a little clearing really quickly, and it went right back on. So that was very interesting. And then some of the acronyms that came up in the code line, one of them was FOTI, F-O-T-I, which references photograph, 40, to screw around, literally. And then I just don't like the F word very much. So, and then the plural of the word Latin fotus, F-O-T-U-S, which means warmed, like warmed up. So 41 may also be coming up, which is the time I woke up this morning, which is that Ace of Cups, which is self-love, spiritual love, and new love. Seeing the Fool, right, the self-love, as their temperature rises, as they become passionate about something. So remember that passion has ego. Inspiration is without ego, right? Passion is inspiration plus ego. So the twin flames, it's all about the masculine identifying him and his co-creator, the Queen of Cups, coming together to co-create, that he isn't in control of everything, right? It's about an equal partnership. So screwing icy fool with a bad temper, the twin flame with the Three of Crystals, which is the workplace or the co-creation. It can be any place of co-creation. As the Divine Feminine comes in their energy exchange, the Queen of Cups as the nor'easter, so knocks him for a loop. So the iciness is coming up here, and this is so interesting how the acronyms come up. So NE, or Northeast, and SE came up, Northeast and Southeast. But I looked up on Wiktionary, which I love Wiktionary because it gives you all the different language meanings. And then I was getting a connect right then when I started defining those two. At 11:32, I got a butt connect. And that was 11 is justice, 32 is the journey. And justice is truth and balance. So here comes up the balance, the Northeast and the Southeast. So warmed is if our temperature rises, right? So all these meanings of the acronyms were coming up and being put together in the code line. So the definition of warmed literally is if our temperature rises, we become warmer, we become the twin flames. The Three of Pentacles co-creating with the divine counterpart, the Queen of Cups, who's focused on her heart space. So NE, that acronym, the different definitions of it are no, not, we, us, human, person, neither, water, river, those, don't, snow, truly, indeed, want, mouth, snout, edge, bite, sting, take, four, and four references the emperor as well as structure, and house, lip and eat. So NE was coming up as very human, right? Humans take, and they're mouthy, and they want things, right? They want a house, and they want to eat. And they're snowy. It was very interesting because both SE and NE mean water. So they're both water. They're both things that we need to survive, right? Because our bodies are mostly water. But SE was coming up as Sweden, cloud as opposed to snow. And what is snow? But an icy cloud. That is water, himself, herself, oneself, themselves. So in other words, SE is coming up as all-encompassing, each other, to see sun. So of course, sun is Jesus, is considered all-encompassing. The one, if, law, flower, gills, to be, know, or to know, to be able to, upwards. So again, this is more of that etheric energy. His or her father or paternal uncle was also coming up here, and the sea as in the ocean. So then when we come back to the code line, the difference between them, the NE, or the northeast one, was coming up as the number 4, which is the emperor, who's cold, right? He is exclusive. He takes and wants and eats and wants a house, wants structure. Whereas the SE comes up as 100, which is the magician with a lot of source energy backing it up, more in the etheric realms, the oneness, which is also coming up as fluffy, transparent, all-encompassing, to be, to see, to know, upwards, is, and the flower, the opening of the crown, the yes. So the NE is the no, the SE is the yes. So we come back to the code line here, and we have that dangerous source. Remember, the faux or false source, or could be a snitch or a liar. The I am presence may lie to itself when it's not in its higher vibration. But it's coming up as the masculine, seeing himself as the emperor, as all-encompassing but flowering. The one, all-knowing, the law, right? The emperor deems himself as the law. The I am, I see, I know, saying that they're light, fluffy, and transparent, and things just are. It just is. The emperor, the number 4, is also the fool with a temper, as his temperature rises. But the beginning of the code line also means 40. And 40, as opposed to the emperor, is the Page of Cups. So see what happens when you put a little bit of source energy behind the emperor? It becomes the Page of Cups. He's just an innocent little boy who's been given 3D power. So it's very interesting because it's so much like a guy, right? They want to be in power and be in control, but they're also that little boy. That very sweet little boy. So this is coming up, the emperor and the page are coming up as that SE definition of the more etheric energies. When you bring the Page of Cups into the emperor, he becomes more of the feminine. And then the Queen of Cups is coming up as the middle between them. She's the 0 point that controls both ends of the spectrum, right? Because the emperor is on one side of the spectrum and the Page of Cups is the other. And she, as the Queen of Cups, is the mother to the Page of Cups, because she's the Queen of Cups, and the loving wife to the emperor, right? So she grounds both sides of him. She is the 0 point for him. But then on the creative side, there's a reason for both sides. They're both water. They're both what we need to survive. The Queen of Cups is can be more cold, right? Because she's the snow, whereas he is the cloud. He's coming up as the cloud, as the emperor and the Page of Cups. The Queen of Cups is coming up as, they're both water, but she's also the colder one, right? She's got to be more in control. She's more human, wants a house, she needs to be mouthy and bite and sting because he's the emperor. If she doesn't take what she wants, he will take everything. So she needs to be a little bit chilly, to be at the 0 point and rein in both the child and the man of the emperor. The photograph was coming up as the artificial, right? Because it's not the real thing. Also, photographic memory was coming up here that also can play with you and not be a truth. The all-seeing eye, or the emperor thinking he's all-seeing, being the fool again with a temper. So when his temper rises, he's out of control and he's not seeing properly. The twin flame of the co-creation brings the Queen of Cups in order to rein all of that in. The 40 of the Page of Cups, along with the Emperor, with Source behind it. The one, what did I write there? The key Fool with the bad temper. He comes off as all-knowing man, but the creative Queen of Cups, who is human and cold, and perhaps can snow him, is able to rein him back in. He is described as warmed up, whereas she's being described as more cold or chilly with the snow. The Emperor with the Cups, all-knowing twin flame, co-creates with the Queen of Cups and loving wife and mother to the Page of Cups, but allows the Emperor to lead as well. He's warm. And what is the difference between cloud and snow? It's just a frozen cloud is snow. She is cold, but not ice. She is snow, which is fluffy and fun and soft. She must want so that he won't take all, because he will. The Emperor will take all, and the Page of Cups will take all, because that's a child. They don't have any filters yet. They'll both take all if she doesn't fight for what she really wants. So in this journey, the message here is the feminine's been being taught how to want for herself, right? How to take what she wants from life, how to love life, to say and stand up for what she wants so that it doesn't always get taken away from her, to have her voice heard. So it's very interesting. After I went through all of this, I looked at the read and I noticed that the Three of Pentacles was right next to the Queen of Cups, both reversed in the read. And with the big cards, they're not right next to each other. They have the alchemy card between them. So it's pretty funny how they came up right next to each other in the clarifiers as well. And then the photograph was coming up again as after I was getting a download about allowing the relationship to develop, that it takes time. Like a photograph developing, it takes time to get the real image, right? Because when you first get the picture, you get a sense of what it looks like, but you don't get all the details. It takes time for all the details to come out and develop. And it's allowing things to develop. So we start this read with the higher self, right? So the underlying energy is here, this card, with the clarifiers on top. And the 4 cards beneath it are the 4 of Pentacles upright, the 10 of Pentacles reversed, the Hangman reversed, and the 7 of Wands reversed. So the secret is out, and I started at 1207, which is the Hangman and the Chariot. The secret's out after holding on, losing family perhaps, or money, or making big purchase in awakening to defenselessness, to energies and attacks, or perhaps just feeling ganged up on. A need to use their intuition, and this is for the Divine Masculine Twin Flame, so it affects the masculine within the feminine as well, and if something doesn't resonate, please don't force it to fit your situation. The Knight of Pentacles reversed, stubborn mule, stuck, still, no movement, dead in their tracks or dead in the water, on strike, disabled, or unable to function, or there's just no work available. Looking back, going back, or living in the past with energetic exchange of lots of back and forth, communication or travel, arrows of love and desire. The Queen of Pentacles reversed, working to align, or is the woman behind the man, he the stubborn mule. The Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed are coming up next to each other, working together and yet apart in order to align. social distancing, negative groups and bad influences, or third party, the Page of Swords reversed, negative self-talk, rumors, spying, lying, and moving or ending a marriage, surrendering and receiving clarity. Peter Pan surrenders to move or end a marriage or cancel a big celebration now that new information has come in. Growing new roots, letting go of pride, or no longer being a certain way due to religion's requirements, or letting go of occultish behavior. Recruiting others to your way of thinking, so letting go of that idea. The secret is out, all data is in, surrender to suffering in silence, or just feeling stressed out, or purging, over isolating, feeling crazy in order to come out with what you've learned in the process in regards to the lovers. Or one purges and the other goes crazy, or they hurt for each other until they come together again. The quilt is complete. It's used to warm her while purging, and her cord to him to connect him when he's feeling disconnected or crazy. Or in other words, teamwork. Getting to know each other came up, and below that was love yourself first for the masculine. So then the time was 1, 2, 3, 4, 12:34. And I was getting the fourth quarter. You know how I always used to speak about the third baton, letting go of the third baton to finish the last quarter of the race. Well, here's the fourth quarter, slow motion, easy rider, no more comparing looks or getting women to feel insecure to compete for you, no surprises or tricks up your sleeve, no swinging, no hostage, I was just getting bondage as well, and caterpillar in a bind, or no more snake at your heels, waiting to trip you up, no more crossing ankles or distant relatives, or no more crossing keys or cross purposes, or the circle of trust that only truly exists within self, unless your higher self, of course, is your other. No more having sex with other people, pretending that your flame isn't there, and putting them aside, outside the circle, as if that were even possible. Time out comes up, which is number 37, and then health was underneath that, which is 71, the Three of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. On the quest, the pursuit of happiness and expansion and contrast at 12:44, which is the Hangman, and again the Four of Cups, grounding, mastering, grounding and integrating, mastering the receiving of love. And it also can be boredom and apathy. Rushing in, there's a point, the whole point of the boredom and apathy is time to integrate the things that you've learned and expanded in. You need that time to integrate it into your energy before you go on again. So rushing in, the messenger of truth, coming clean, getting clean, cleaning up, or negative memories of difficult kids, to be the King of Pentacles. Solid, I was just getting solid state like stereo system, but solid and stable, choosing a path, walking away and within, to the Two of Cups, intense connection. Perhaps choosing a lower mountain, a bit easier, more relaxing to climb, leaving behind the poop in the yard, or the slug and the cups left out in the yard. Two journeying on, about to cross paths at 12:49, which is the Hangman and the Get Your Wish card. Both holding passion or the magic wand in the right hand, to have and to hold, or knowing it's not important which path you take, but just following your bliss, not making it hard, allowing himself to be soft, allowing the past to return if it now resonates, allowing the truth and mistakes and confusion released, knowing it's all okay in every moment. There's no need to push. The Two of Cups special connection is out. Clearly lovers getting to know each other, lacking faith and taking time out to pursue their happiness. The recent past here is the Three of Wands reversed, looking back at the Ten of Cups reversed and the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So the immediate family and the extended family, and that can reference family businesses and communities as well. And the Emperor reversed. One last look as the King of Cups offers love softly to third party, and the third party through work, the Queen of Cups reversed, with the King of Swords reversed, with a negative past, or having difficulty with kids, and grieving to find happiness within himself, without the Ten of Cups reversed and without the Ten of Pentacles reversed, both families who could have dysfunction or unhappiness in them, and dissonance, which means harsh or discordant combination of sounds, conflicting notes or tones, or things don't resonate with you, they don't fit. So he had given the Queen of Cups reversed and the King of Swords reversed, as opposed to the King of Cups. It's saying that he had given to the Queen of Cups, because she's the Queen of Cups, he had given to her his King of Swords reversed self, as opposed to now where he's waking up to being the King of Cups for the Queen of Cups reversed, in order to turn her upright. The foundation here is the King of Swords reversed. Grieving, third party, and King of Swords reversed is a very negative energy. At minimum, it's someone in negative self-talk or lying to themselves. But it also can be a verbal abuser. It can be someone who's very harsh, a cutthroat lawyer. It can be military, rogue military person. It can be, police or any of that kind of energy. It's very extreme as far as verbally, very cutting with their tongue. So the King of Swords reverse also can be the silent treatment, but that's someone who's more in their negative self-talk. The King of Swords reverse, grieving, third party, social distancing, and or bad influences. The Chariot or Cancer in a bold move to the Six of Cups reversed, perhaps away from their childhood home or away from their children's home, perhaps moving, ending a marriage, or big parties that can't be held right now that were pre-scheduled, in order to heal, dream, shine their light, and shift, while dealing with discomfort or uncomfortable energies or emotions, feeling unsettled or unsettling. The King of Swords reversed, grieving, no joy or overindulging, in a bold move towards uncomfortable situation in order to go through the energies. That was confirmed. So going through some difficult energies, but without kids, or Cancer without kids. And the King of Swords reversed, maybe feeling unstable, or moving, instead of them moving, maybe the person they're with is moving, the Star or Aquarius, maybe not walking away or uncomfortable with whoever is moving or ending a marriage. So we had the King of Swords reversed, Cancer upright, and Aquarius upright, and the underlying energies we had Capricorn reversed, Pisces reversed, Gemini upright, Virgo reversed, Libra reversed, and Aries reversed. The central energies here is the transition card. This is literally a portal in this deck. So it's literally walking through a portal, through the gate. The transition card upright with the portal, end, death, or transformation, the dark night, Leo, ego, and strength. Taming the beast is only resisting the inevitable. So it's saying stop trying to tame your inner beast. Your inner desires is who you authentically are. With the Queen of Swords reversed, finding peace now that the worst is over, with divorce or break in contract, or Taurus reversed, or a fallen religious leader. Separation, heartbreak, with the Knight of Cups offering love, could be the Queen of Swords reversed, rising above, and challenged by the Three of Pentacles reversed, which is issues at work, or lovers perhaps tripped up in order to drop the facade or the act and break their patterns. The Devil or Capricorn waves, clearly strategizing a plan as the King of Wands upright or with the King of Wands connected to the King of Pentacles and Empress. Feeling a failure, the Page of Cups reversed, who could be spoiled and entitled, or under the radar, shy and vulnerable. Separation and settling out. Or tainted leader or narcissistic leader who breaks hearts, or in other words, a heartbreaker, fell from power. Or just someone who needs attention and it was coming up being facetious, and being love breaks hearts. So it's like someone's just flipping it off, saying, so if I'm just being love, it's not my fault if I'm breaking hearts. But someone who truly loves with loving intention doesn't break hearts, because it's not, breaking hearts is a flirty energy, and that's not love. So 1, 2, 3 jump comes up here, and that's the Magician, and the 23 of the King of Wands, the Man of Passion. So again, there's a fine line here about being flirty and who your authentic self really is. because flirting with people you have no intentions of getting to know or having a relationship with is a lie. So that's not okay, because it's about being in truth and love. And remember, your truth is your love self. Your soul is pure love. It's us working back to love from this 3D block that we have, right? So this is also someone who may be giving too much to make sure everyone loves them, right? The people pleaser. But where does it stop? Narcissistic hierophant reversed, perhaps changing his or her ways, or fell from grace, or perhaps could be a peeper. We have the energetic exchange here, or expressing feelings, the arrows of love, the hierophant, or Taurus reversed, or Taurus moon or rising in separation, expressing lots of passion with lover in a split, a big lie, or just cutting through the crap, or needing clarity in the situation. And then dominatrix or dominator also comes up here with the harsh truth that needs clarifying regarding addictions and or codependencies, with Leo and or ego, with big palms and feet, tackling the beast or bossing them around, abusing them or avoiding, or in the aftermath of jealous rage or third-party dreams, dream girl, healer, or bright star, awake or ego-driven, and settling out or sharing with those who are suffering or in pain. And the signs that were coming up in this section were Taurus reversed, Gemini upright, Leo upright, Scorpio reversed, Aquarius upright, Capricorn reversed, Leo. And Leo or Scorpio, it's possible, may have passed. You know, we do have the death card in the middle of the read, so it's possible somebody has passed away. So now is the Nine of Pentacles, sovereign energy, which is upright, standing adamantly in their truth, his or her truth, pulling their truth trigger at night, or the need for clarity or information about split or divide that needs to come to light. The Knight of Pentacles, loyal, humble servant, and the Page of Wands reversed, uninspired, in downturn or slowdown, or Libra reversed and Sagittarius upright, Cancer upright, Taurus reversed, and Virgo upright, connection. The King of Swords is reversed, frustrated but a hard worker, receiving big love from patient angel, or a Sagittarius is inspired. The Knight of Pentacles is the Page of Wands reversed, Nine of Pentacles, and Page of Wands upright. One is inspired and the other is not. The Nine of Pentacles sovereign with energy vampires around, or these are kids, siblings, twins, or two of a kind. While distracted by one, the other is lying, cheating, or stealing, or running, or getting away with something, or just energized, filling up the gas tank, taking from the world and or sealed divine feminine, and dumping a load, burden, or responsibilities, or confessing defenselessness to the energies and attacks, or feeling ganged up on. And a man with two lovers, confessing only after caught. The Knight of Cups upright, offering love, or loving Knight of Wands upright, rescuing in the awakening process. The injustice of spying or sexual connection, and conflict, and being strong-armed into submission. Finding happiness with self in spite of all this, without a leg to stand on. And that's where the wounded warrior then surrenders. No big love at work, issues with Star or Aquarius, synchronicities or options, and no romantic tie, only ego with Leo, Sag, or Aries, pride. Soon, alchemy upright, blending the King of Pentacles, Empress, without option. The King of Wands may be an add-on here, holding back an announcement from the Nine of Pentacles sovereign until the Queen of Wands can give them a what for, or offer new passion and growth while looking away, humbling themselves to give the sexual energy back or return something they've taken, or offer a creative opportunity, or giving the sovereign the go-ahead. But she's looking away. Her feelings aren't in it, something she's being forced to do. So the Page of Wands, perhaps suffering in silence or a sister, inspired to offer sex or a passion project to the Empress, or the Queen of Wands offering the Page of Wands' services to the Sovereign and Empress, and the Sovereign can be a child, and the Empress or Queen of Wands to the Sovereign, and the Page of Wands to the Empress without option. It's like these kids are being forced to make some kind of restitution here at 2 o'clock here. That's the High Priestess with a lot of source backing it up. While the King of Pentacles can either go along with it and smile, or feel guilty and shameful about lover's lane, or lover's connection to the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands, or two brothers who are siblings in sibling rivalry at 2 o'clock. That's another confirmation. Perhaps the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Page of Wands are siblings, and the King of Pentacles and Sovereign are also siblings. The Queen of Wands is passing the baton to the Sovereign, Nine of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands is passing the baton to the Empress, or Mother. Or the Queen of Wands and Page of Wands were together as a couple, and the Page of Wands in love with an older woman now, and the Queen of Wands in love with another woman, or even a cousin here. So here's another template to be broken, you know, that you can't marry your cousin. I actually know somebody who married their second cousin, and that's only because of, you know, child rearing, because of the DNA. That's another template that needs to be broken, though. So there could be two Empress sisters here also, whose kids are like sibling rivals, always competing. We have the Pentacles mother, who doesn't feel guilty for what she has, and then the Wands mother, who holds lots of guilt and shame regarding lovers or affection, or for receiving sexual energy from the Page of Wands, who's receiving sex with the Queen of Wands. Or the Page of Wands and Queen of Wands use their sexual prowess to catch money, or in other words, flirt with others to take their energy or make each other jealous. A lot of dysfunction in this dynamic that came up. We have the money family and the passion family here. The King of Wands and the Queen of Wands' pride getting in their way, especially with the King of Pentacles with a smirk on his face, right? Because him feeling like he's got one on them because he's got the money. Both the King of Wands and Queen of Wands are turned away from each other and completely apart from each other. They're not together at all, while conceding defeat. Like they're both mad because they had to, you know, they're the ones who are really competitive. And it's like they lost in the game, whatever it was. They're not standing next to each other at all. They're on either end of this whole group of people. And then the King of Pentacles is sitting there somewhere in between with a smirk on his face. But they're all upright. The Page of Wands, however, is fine, conceding to the Empress, which is like the youngest kid conceding to the mother, because they're too young to concede directly to somebody else if they did something wrong. So it's the Empress or the Mother of Wands. The Mother or Empress of Pentacles is unable to implement a plan at this time, so she may be holding back a decision or announcement, and that can have to do with money as well. Perhaps it's about who's next in line. The King of Wands is keeping his wands, but the Queen of Wands and Page of Wands must give theirs up. The Queen of Wands won't go down easily. She doesn't look like she's ready to give up that wand. And the King of Wands is with a plan or passion, and the King of Pentacles with the money. So they could be, the King of Wands and King of Pentacles may be planning to come together. You know, one is the energy and the passion, and then the other one's the backer as far as money and status or reputation. Cousins, brothers, or brother of another mother come up here. Or the King of Wands and Empress of Wands are with the Queen of Wands and Page of Wands kids, who must give over their power, rights, keys, punished or fired for some kind of wrongdoing, with restitution to the King of Pentacles and Empress Pentacles with sovereign child, and the Page of Wands then gives restitution to their older lover or their mother, and the Queen of Wands gives their restitution perhaps to a cousin, a friend, a sister, or lover that they wronged. The King of Pentacles, or it could be a competition where they just lost and they're too prideful to want to give it over to them. And it could be a position at work as well. The King of Pentacles and wife or mother are happy or pleased. The King of Wands is okay, but is turned the other way because they can't watch. They feel guilty, while on the other end, the Queen of Wands can't look due to pride because she wants her own way and she doesn't really give a crap about what anyone else thinks. This could be a merging or unmerging of families as well, where all must be patient with each other and it's nobody's fault. Or the Wands Empress is the Divine Masculine's partner as the King of Wands, and the Queen of Wands with the Page of Wands may be the kids. The Pentacles Empress may be the Divine Feminine here, with the King of Pentacles son and sovereign daughter. And the Queen of Wands has to make restitution or an apology to the sovereign, the Page of Wands to their mother, to their own mother. The Mother of Wands may be hiding their face, saving face, or waiting in the car so they don't have to be seen, maybe feeling guilt or shame at 232, which is the High Priestess and the journeyman, the Six of Wands. So the King of Wands and Queen, there's a lot of stuff that was going on with this group here. It was obviously a big family or mixed families. They were all upright, which was surprising. So all the characters were upright there. But there was a lot of, needing to let go of ego. That was the issue here in blending families here. The King of Wands and Queen of Wands are not talking, but they're both upright and standing far apart. Lovers or those of affection are dropping the act. The Divine Masculine is seeing himself here as the indigo, upright, with a proposal. Sunshine, happy kids are exposing all to drop the mask and break patterns. The Fool's reversed falls, lacking faith and withholding until full recovery into the fold. Withholding allowances, and that could be for kids who did something wrong. The Knight of Swords rushing in with the truth again, or someone's under arrest or being scared straight with the long arm of the law. So that could be someone bringing some who's a friend who's a cop to make sure they scare the crap out of the kids so they don't have to go to jail, or so to prevent them from ever going to jail again, okay? So deception comes up here, separation, and you deserve love. Around the masculine, or how he's seen, is the Four of Cups upright. The island unto himself, wishing on a star, with drama all around him, and the Page of Swords reversed, negative self-talk, lies, spying, or kid with a mouth, and rising above with no sleep, or just awake and coming out. The Two of Cups connection, and the Page of Pentacles, student or opportunity to learn from the magician, or getting closer to his children. One may be a good student, and one's in check. One rising above, and one learning from the master of manifestation, or just finding a way to come closer together. It's like now that the masculine has more time, he's bonding with his children. The block here is the King of Cups reversed, patient. The cards that came up were patience, spiritual career, new beginnings, and compassion. But even more so for the masculine here is spiritual partnership. The Two of Cups lovers surrender to each other, even if the fire sign growls, living in the past, and very ego-driven. So even if they can be any fire sign. Even if that energy is always going to be around the masculine and the feminine, it's them learning to surrender to each other, even if the fire sign growls, continuing and insisting on living in the past or ego-driven. Holding on, seeing synchronicities as imprisoning, or hoarding or clingy, wanting what they want as far as options, not caring if another is imprisoned by it. The Frog to the Prince, growth, spurt, and the Knight of Pentacles needing to be still for a moment, sharing or settling out at night with Cancer or eclipsed, and now the Knight of Wands is off to the races at 251, which is the High Priestess and the King of Swords. A passionate ride in the pursuit of the impossible dream. The Higher Self reversed and the King of Swords reversed, manifesting a proposal, grounding and integrating past and transition. The challenge being issues at work and alchemizing. The Queen of Cups reversed and the Sovereign and the fire sign, going through growing pains, unable to function while sharing or settling out, while teaching or going to school or receiving, whatever they're doing at night, they're all busy. The Divine Masculine in the Batcave with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, hanging out defenseless to his higher self secret. From the past, Two Cups connection, the King of Swords reversed, transition through the portal and challenged by issues at work with Sovereign or a grown child. The Indigo proposes alchemy, a time out to ground and integrate, while everyone, or until the house settles, with the Queen of Cups reversed and the Queen of Wands upright, and the Frog grows to be a prince. Time out to share and be still at night, and or with Cancer. So we had Libra reversed, Scorpio upright, Pisces reversed, Fire upright, Aquarius upright, Capricorn reversed, and Cancer upright here. So I'm going to pull energy cards for you, see what comes up for you guys. Where are we? 4428. There's the 44 again. The grounding and integrating and mastering of receiving of love. And the 28 is the twin flames, the Two of Wands, the choice of path, co-creating perpetually. Okay. So for everybody watching, for the best and highest good of all that's concerned, go ahead and take another deep breath. So let's clear all negative energies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all that is concerned, and fill that empty space with beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I wanted to point out too, these 3 cards here at the header. We have the 8 of Cups, walking away within, the Ace of Cups, and then the Justice card. So it's by, the 8 of Cups was actually reversed in the read today, I believe. Remember, there's some uncomfortable energies. So, whatever that energy is, whether it's you walking away within or you staying and dealing with the energies, there is love coming from the Justice card. Whether that's justice, divorce, a Libra energy, there is love being offered. And the Ace of Cups was upright in this read. All right, so what is the message for everybody here? We have the 46, which is the 6 of Cups, the thinking man. The 46, though, is reversed in this read, so he's not thinking so much right now, which is good. Taking him out of his head. And then these two want to be seen as well. We have the 5 of the Hierophant, but it's also change, freedom, expansion, taking off the mask. And that's attachment there. So letting go of all the emotional attachments and removing the mask. And then we have the one who's afraid to leave the house, the 30 of the union energies, the 4, the stability, right? It's very beautiful here. And it's fine for her to stay here, but it's not fine for her to stay here if she's only staying here out of fear. This is about getting past your fears. The butterfly wants to lead her somewhere else to show her what else is available for her out there. How will she know what she loves if she doesn't try? So it's very much about that energy too. This could be children that the masculine may be dealing with, partners and or children who may have some fears of taking off their mask or in leaving the house, especially with the virus stuff going around. And then the bottom of the deck, oh, there's one more that wants to come out. Again, the Goddess of the Moon. I think that finished on this card yesterday too. 52 is the Queen of Swords. She is the one with the truth in her integrity, with the light. The moon doesn't manipulate her, she manipulates the moon. Because she's been through all that already. She already gets it. The foundation here is the 24, that's the Queen of Wands. And again, adjacent possibilities. This has been coming up all week and last week too. So one choice is out the window. So now it's time to go side to side. That's the masculine to the feminine, as opposed to up and down, which is the 3D to the 5D. So adjacent possibilities has to do with doing the dance between your masculine and feminine and seeing what else is out there as far as choices for you, but on the same dimension, as opposed to elevating your energy. So it's coming up as the Queen of Wands energy, who's the most prideful that came up in the read today. Instead of elevating her energy, she's looking for, to sidestep the situation, go into something else by avoiding as opposed to elevating. So that's kind of interesting that that's coming up. Okay, I'm going to pull a couple other decks for you too, so we have some time. So we'll pull from the Crystal Angels deck. I was having a really hard time loading my video yesterday. I think it was like there's too much on my iPad, but I didn't realize there's a function for the live photographs, because they come up as videos, so they take up a lot more room, and I didn't realize that that function was on when I was taking regular pictures, so it took up a lot more space. It took me a long time to upload the video yesterday. I had to transfer everything over to my computer and that kind of thing. But I don't usually have that much trouble getting my video loaded. All right, so this is the Crystal Angels. What is the advice from Crystal Angels? We have Yellow Jasper, control issues. Utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing that others may try to control you. And this has to do with preparedness, that you don't need to be prepared, because if you stay present with an open heart and know that in any situation, if you're uncomfortable or get triggered, that, you know, in a way that makes you uncomfortable, that you may get angry or whatever the case may be, you know that that's time to walk away. So there are no options. It's always to have an open heart, and it's always to walk away when you feel you might become out of control. Okay? So that way you don't have to prepare, you don't have to look for outcomes, and then you can stay more in the moment. Utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing that others may try to control you. Yellow jasper. This card also is coming out. Let yourself feel all your emotions. Your entire rainbow spectrum of feelings is sending you important messages and guidance. And this is clear quartz. All right, so yellow jasper and clear quartz. This is kind of a peachy card. And this is beautiful purple cards. I love the, I'm trying to think of the purple that I think it is, but I can't think of the name. So we have two more pink cards that want to come up separate. Look, they're both pink, which is all about compassion. We have topaz, which is forgiveness heals, time to release repressed anger, and it's blocking your health and happiness. That's a good one. And then rose quartz, love life. New or renewed romantic love is here for you. So this is about having compassion for both of you, okay? Forgiveness and compassion. And the bottom of the deck is sugilite. Own your divine power. Replace codependent people-pleasing, and people-pleasing came up in this read. Replace codependent people-pleasing with assertiveness and empowerment. All right, one more from the Kipper deck. Let's see what comes up with the Kipper deck. That's always a completely different energy. All right, what is our advice from the Kipper deck? Look at that. Great fortune. That's number 26, which is the Page of Wands. Be inspired. Let go of expectations. And then the bottom of the deck is poverty reversed. And that's 37. So this is reversed, which is good. Because this is upright, is walking away in poverty, but no more. So maybe they did that already, but now they've recovered. So that's good. That's the underlying energy. Because now we're here. Pretty beautiful. All right, I want to pull a deck for you that I haven't pulled in a long time. How about a Journey of Love card? We haven't read one of those in a long time. Journey of Love. 5252, the Queen of Swords, Queen of Swords. So both the masculine and the feminine could be experiencing that energy of the Queen of Swords. And she is the War Widow. Okay. All right, so what's coming out in the Journey of Love for everybody watching? What is the message? What do we walk away with here? Shakti. 19, the sun. There's some cards here to be counted too, so just give me 1 second. All right, all of this? More? Okay. There's a number they want me to bring out, so is that it? All right, that's it. It's a lot of cards. Let me count. The top of this pile is Hidden Beauty, 45, which is that grieving card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Look at that. And this was the first card out, Sensual Awakening for the Twin Flames. 28 is the Twin Flames. Don't look how pretty that is. That's 64. And 64 is the 10 of Swords, but when it's reversed, it's the bliss state, which is very much about sensual awakening. That's a nice message. All right, so we have the 28, and then I'm going to read you Shakti. And then the bottom of the deck was Ethereal Touch. 27 is that Ace of Wands, that new passion. And Shakti's 19, so let's read Shakti. All right, so I'll show you Shakti again. Let me make sure I clear that up a little, make sure you can really see it. Okay, Shakti. Okay, Shakti is divine feminine fire. She is the body awakened with light. She's the divine feminine, and she is the Kundalini. So lots of time the Queen of Wands will come up as the third energy. The energetic force that moves through us, triggered by love, that leads to enlightenment of our body. With our Kundalini coming alive within us, we cannot remain as we once were. It is impossible. We may try to lead the same lives, be the same in our relationship patterns, and perhaps even behave properly, but it simply cannot be done. Soon our disguise slips and people wonder, what happened to her? Or what's gotten into him? We're on fire with the divine and we cannot help but misbehave. We are no longer satisfied with trying to be the good child or fearing we are the bad child. We know ourselves instead to be the divine child. The child divine lives fully and with passionate fire, not doing things the way they're supposed to be done perhaps, but living instead from the heart. Our body may ache as we burn through old pain, and sometimes the light within may seem so bright that it blinds us for the moment. But that will pass, and the misbehaving will suddenly be seen for what it is. The old rules just don't fit anymore. You don't plug a globe capable of illuminating the whole world into the bedside reading lamp without burning down the house. It's best to let that light shine as it was meant to in the big arena. Shakti is making your light grow, beloved. Be prepared to shine brighter. This oracle brings you a message. You're going through energetic shifts in your subtle anatomy. Because your energy body and physical body have already begun to merge with each other, the energetic shifts will affect your physical body too. It is always wise to consult a healthcare practitioner, but at least some of your physical challenges at the moment, from aches and pains to tiredness, are due to this energetic awakening. Take responsible action as you feel necessary, such as tending to your physical well-being with healthcare that feels supportive, but also remember to rest, get some time in nature, and nurture your body as it is spiritually awakening into greater light. And the poem reads, I have watched you hurting and felt helpless to make life better for you. Loving you is having to make choices, to let you be who you are, who you become, and all the who's yet to come. To love you is to ride the waves of your passionate embrace of life, ever mindful of the change in the wind and the occasional tempest brewing. Loving you is having to make choices, knowing it isn't my fault. I can still choose to take it personally or just be, while I listen and watch you unfold. Your heart is a beauty I will always love. It's the part of you that hasn't changed much over time. When I lie beside you and hear you breathe, when I touch your skin or caress your hair, you are timeless, and I choose loving you. Okay, so we're going to leave it right there. Some beautiful messages from Shakti. And as the book said, make sure you get your rest. It was just 58 on the dot. Make sure you get your rest, drink your water, get your joy, get your nature. And as always, guys, rise and be love. I'll see you soon. Be good to yourselves. Okay, bye.